We're just moments away from hearing from Acting Mayor Chris Scanlon on Buffalo's budget deficit and a big tax increase.
City officials say the mayor's office will propose an 8% tax hike. The acting mayor is taking the podium now. Let's listen in.
Finance, Policy, and Urban Affairs, Raymore Nosworthy, and his team, and everyone else here in the administration that worked on this budget. This was not an easy budget. I can tell you that. It was very difficult. It was very challenging, but the commissioner, his team, and everyone else is doing what we're doing here in City Hall. We're taking the challenge that was presented with them and taking it and using it as an opportunity for the city of Buffalo to become better, to become more innovative, to get more creative, and a little bit more efficient. I want to thank the commissioners, deputy commissioners, executive directors from all the different departments for their cooperation throughout this process. Everyone was asked to do more with less with this budget. And instead of objecting to that, everyone got to work. I talk about partnerships a lot, and I want to thank the different commissioners and everyone else for their partnership on this budget. And I want to thank the members of the Common Council, Council President Bowman, Majority Leader Halton Pope, who I've met with several times over the course of the past few weeks to discuss the budget, and the other council members who I've met with in the past few days to discuss the budget. And I look forward to working with them over the course of the next few weeks to finalize this plan, and so we can set Buffalo on a financial trajectory that we all want to see it on. So upon becoming mayor, I inherited a $17 million mid-year shortfall for financial year 24-25, and what turned out to be more than a $70 million structural deficit for spending year 25-26, an amount which was much higher than original estimates. In order to address those issues, it took immediate action. So I immediately instituted a soft hiring freeze, some departmental cuts, and paused non-essential spending. As a result, we turned that mid-year shortfall into what is now projected to be a $1 million surplus in the current year. Additionally, we're changing the way we budget here at City Hall in order to curtail shortfalls in future budget years. We are making changes to past budgeting methods and revenue projection processes. So I'm here today to present the 25-26 budget, which will be a $622 million spending plan, which is less than a 1% increase year over year. And I can tell you that considering the ever-increasing cost of doing business and operating government, it took a tremendous effort on all involved to keep this budget basically neutral from last year. When I talk about that ever-increasing cost, I'm talking about the controls and expenses that the city of Buffalo cannot control on our own, whether that be operational costs over the course of the last few years, increase in contractual obligations such as union contract salaries, health care, pension costs, utility and supply equipment, or utility and supply costs, which are up due to inflation and global markets, to the tune of overall in the budget between $10 and $20 million, nearly $20 million in increases. So how do you address that? You start looking inside operationally and what you can do to fix those expenditures. So looking through our different departments, we are realizing $10 million in straight departmental cuts across the board, an additional $16.5 million in vacancy savings throughout the different departments. If you couple those two things with several other smaller cost-cutting and saving measures, we ended up in the range of around $30 million in direct cuts or savings throughout the different departments. But you can't close a $70+ million hole just through cutting. You need to bring additional revenues in the door. And given the factors that I addressed, I am proposing an 8% property tax levy increase, which is necessary to stabilize city finances after years of flat tax revenue. This increase will generate around $13.7 million for the upcoming year alone. I know when people hear 8%, they become uneasy with it, but just for practical application, on a home that's assessed at $150,000 for next year, that will be an $11 a month increase. In addition to that, we still had a hole we had to address, so we had to get creative. And in order to do that, we requested 2 new pieces of legislation and authorization for those pieces of legislation from New York State. We've identified practical ways to generate new recurring revenues for next year, and we'll continue to hold negligent property owners accountable, which will lead to additional revenue for the city of Buffalo. But when we're talking about those two pieces of legislation, the first is the Buffalo Parking and Mobility Authority, which would bring an infusion of cash to the city of Buffalo, somewhere between $40 and $60 million. The proceeds of those, the sale of the 4 city-owned parking ramps will do so. In addition to that, and I think this is an absolute key component, is the fact that we will also receive a recurring revenue on a yearly basis from that structure and that agreement that we ultimately end up with, and will we will ultimately also end up with some oversight when it comes to parking rates. We also ask for the establishment of a hotel occupancy tax at 3%, which will generate $3.5 million for the city of Buffalo. These pieces of legislation are going to help us avoid a monumental, monstrous tax increase or layoffs, cuts throughout the departments that we don't want to experience. It could be a rather devastating tax increase to people, a devastating cuts and layoffs, or a combination of the two if we don't have those pieces of legislation. I want to take a moment to thank Assembly Majority Leader Crystal Peoples.
All right, that is the acting mayor, Chris Scanlon, there. Just some quick bullet points from his budget presentation here. He's talking about a $622 million spending plan. Again, this would be for the next budget year, an 8% property tax increase, and he says that would help close roughly a $70 million budget gap and actually bring the city of Buffalo about a $1 million surplus. Again, that coming from the acting mayor. We'll have much more on the budget presentation tonight at 5 and 6.